microscope is now on. Microphone, whatever the hell it is. Okay, let's see. We can get out of here, and here. Somebody got to babysit the puppies in the kitchen. Somebody's in the kitchen.
What? Yeah. Lexi.
All right, you're going to babysit the puppies while we do this?
Here, let's pull this out so everybody can see what you're doing. Come here. There you go.
I went too far.
All right.
Go back.
Push my feet up and wait.
Good Lord, come on here, Patrine.
Good girl, Chaos. She knows this too well.
I know, she's gone through about 2 cups of it already. That thing was full an hour ago.
It's about a third left.
I know, there's not much
Maybe
left
even
at all.
quarter.
This is not behaving very well, this camera.
Oh, there's no use.
I guess that's as good as we're going to get. Oh, no, see, it jumps. We used to have just, who's good? What are they tearing up in there? Is that okay?
It's just a box.
It's just a box. Okay, look, I got everybody organized. There, I think that's it. That's as good as we're going to get. Okay, you're on, kid. Go ahead.
All right. How did you get involved with SDP, Joan? Back in 2000 and when did you guys start doing this? Well, back in 2012, my husband and I were living outside of Des Moines, Iowa, and I had just lost my very first Great Dane to cancer. And about a week later, my mom sent me or called me and said, I think you would like to watch these Great Dane puppies for service dogs online. So Chaos was pregnant with the first later on camera, and I turned it on and watched her give birth to the puppies. Watched the first stillborn, called my mom and said, why did you make me watch this? This is terrible. But after the short heartbreak of losing little puppies at birth, I soon, just like all of you, grew to love what I was seeing. And beginning of 2014, well, end of 2013, my husband, with his company, got relocated to New England. We actually live up in New Hampshire. It's about an hour from here. And my goal was just to come and be a volunteer and a stay-at-home mom to my son. And about a week or two after I came to volunteer, Carlene was looking for kind of somebody to step into a training role, and I did. And so far it's worked out. So that's how I got here. What is the best way to introduce a new dog into a household when there's already a dog in the family? My personal opinion on that could be different from others, but I'm one to just introduce. Whenever I bring one of of course I know my other dogs very well. 2 of them being Dane. I have an English Bulldog as well who's very forward, not aggressive, but just very in your face. And anytime I bring a dog in training home, I usually just put them all in the backyard and they sniff and figure it out. To me, sometimes having 2 dogs on a leash or opposite can create tension between the 2. So I'm kind of a proponent for just letting them figure it out within reason. Obviously, you got to be there to monitor any aggression or anything like
I think I have a comment on that
that.
one.
Okay.
If you have two dogs on leashes and you pull one away,
Yeah.
this guy figures I chased him
Right.
and I'll kill you. Yeah.
Exactly.
And that starts the problem a lot of times.
Now, I will say, we had taken our dogs down to Georgia a few weeks ago, and Bing was there, and Bing hasn't been neutered yet, and I had Tony there, and I just wasn't sure of, how the age, you just don't know.
Yeah.
So we did bring them in the backyard, and I think Cindy left Bing on a leash temporarily until I felt like I had control of the situation, but we did let them off the leash, but I had a whipple bat. So everybody was pretty much on their horses.
Allies are people with common enemies.
Yeah.
Pick up that whipple bat
So
before it all starts.
Yeah, I had it. And my
Before
dogs,
they all start and say, hey, you're going to behave.
Yeah, my dogs know better with the whipple bat. Bing hadn't really been around one, so I popped him on the butt once, and he was like, whoa. So then they knew that I was in charge at that point, so they were really good. In training, obviously, parents, how can you determine whether a pup will not be a service dog, may be a fabulous failure, or a perfect
I don't think
pet?
they can hear this one.
I'm sorry. In training, if it's not obvious apparent at first, how can you determine,
Oh, dear.
or at what point can you determine whether a pup will not be a service dog, but may or will be a perfect pet or a fabulous failure, and the criteria for each? That's a really tough question. Obviously, if it's something, if it's a physical thing that is apparent, for instance, Harry or Jake, that we could tell had some kind of physical issue with their back end, we obviously are not going to want to make that dog into a service dog that's providing balance for somebody else. So in those situations, it's pretty early on. I wouldn't say where our 31 puppies are at right now that any of them are exhibiting any signs like that. So it's not right away. Definitely not right away. We have had in the past a puppy or two be very food aggressive or just aggressive towards other dogs in general. So sometimes you kind of just have it in the back of your mind that that dog may or may not work out. But it's hard to, at such a young age, just like a child, in my opinion, they have to learn. You have to give them some time. So a dog may exhibit a certain behavior early on that can be corrected through training and through time. So it's really hard to determine. That's why you see a lot of our dogs go until closer to a year, even a little over a year old, and then be washed out for a certain reason or another, just because we really want to give them the benefit of the doubt as long as we can. I mean, our goal is to have every dog here that's in the program be a service dog. I mean, that's our ultimate goal. So there's really no steadfast rule when we know. And then too, I feel like it has to be kind of a consensus among all of us that we feel like the dog, we kind of all have to agree that the dog's not service material.
I think we're going to change chairs.
Okay.
Because somebody said they can't hear you.
Can't hear me? All right.
They certainly would hear you if you wrote it.
Okay. All right. Is that better? Hopefully that's better. All right. So that was the answer to that question.
Now watch the phone ring. If it rings, fast it rings.
All right. Where is it? Right here? 7. All right. Question for Katie. Do you have any aggression with the dogs there at all? Do you don't have it because they're all growing up together? My Xena has awful aggression when she is on the leash. Megan, Steve, and I do not tolerate aggression at all among the dogs. And we're pretty quick to reprimand any kind of behavior that way, and the pups are pretty respectful of all of us. So again, in terms of being like children, 9 times out of 10, they know that we're in charge and that we mean business and that their behavior isn't acceptable. there are times, just today, I don't know if any of you were watching, I wasn't here, but two of our girls had some puppies out in their little coats. Can they hear me? And I think Tumblr went after one of the other puppies, Addie. So it happens. I mean, it just happens for whatever reason, but we nip it in the bud and, yeah. Overall, we really don't have a lot of aggression in general, unless it's a stud dog, but we really keep those dogs separate at all times. All right, just a second. We live in Des Moines, small world. Hi, Terry. We lived in West Des Moines. How do you teach the dogs to take steps that match the stride and pace of the human? That takes a lot of time and a lot of savvy. There's some techniques. A lot of it is with the use of the chain leash. We use the chain actually for the sound, not the tension around the neck. So snapping the leash to ask the dog to pay attention to us, to follow our pace. We use words like easy or walk with me. There's another, when a dog tends to pull a little bit, sometimes we'll just stop altogether. We take a moment and we do something called step whoa, and that's where we tell the dog to step, we take a step together, we whoa together. We take a step together, we whoa together. This really causes the dog to really focus on the handler and what they're doing. They can't be distracted, they can't pull, because it's one task at a time. So that tends to really work to get a dog to focus on what they're doing and match the pace. Some dogs are harder than others to match pace. And then once a dog is matched to their applicant, it can take up to 6 months for the dog to really match that person's pace. So a lot of what we do in public with our dogs is exactly that. We're working on, obviously, some manners of not having their nose and things, but it's really about them being focused on the handler and the walking.
Can I comment there?
Yeah.
One of the worst times, or the best times to do your step stop deal, is on stairs. There's a video of you doing it with George. Mm-hmm. And you get this step onto the next step and you step down, and they get the pairing easily going down the stairs. Your problem with stairs is the dog can see no reason at all not to jump the last two, exactly. Up or down. So at that point, you have to get the communication going, no, this is a step-stop deal. And that, I find the stairs is a good place to practice.
So what I do on the stairs, and what I have with the applicants or the recipients that I've worked with, is whether we're going up or down, it's always that second to last step. They just think, oh, I'll just go. It's one step away. So what we do is I say it's step whoa, each step down the stairs. When you touch that last step, because you should be going a step ahead of the dog when you're going down, and the dog should be going a step ahead of you going up. So let's just say going down the stairs, I should be taking that last step before my dog, and as my dog steps, I ask that person to say wait. Yeah. So when that dog touches that steps and you've said wait, it causes them to pause, yeah. And then you say okay to take that last step.
Yeah.
And that seems to work.
The last two steps, up or down,
yeah.
Can get very bad.
It does, because then that going up, that jerk, that jerk up, yeah. What is the best way to help a dog overcome timidness? When I walk my dog, she will sometimes shut down and stop moving forward. That's a tough one.
Doesn't move at all?
Yeah, I don't know. Shuts down and stop moving forward. Okay, today I had Voodoo out.
You turn and go to right angle?
Yeah.
Do something else.
Yeah, exactly. Today I had Voodoo out. She is great walking. When there's a lot of people, she gets a little nervous and tends to want to just flatten to the ground. So I did exactly that. We were walking down the aisle. She goes to flatten down, and I immediately turned the other direction, and she got up and walked the other direction. Probably part of it was she's thinking, okay, I get to leave. But we weren't leaving. I was just changing her course because my goal at that time was we were walking in a straight line. So maybe you can try to turn direction. Cookie, give her a cookie. Ask her up, praise. Tell her she's pretty, he or she. Is there a formal checklist that you grade each activity till they get all A's, B's, or F's? Yes. Probably the last 6 months or so, we've created some checklists. Here we have a checklist for the farm, and then we have a checklist off property for different tasks that we work on. Right now, I think we have a rating system of poor, fair, good, and excellent. I personally grade dogs based on where they are, what age they're at, rather than, I don't grade a puppy all pours and then grade a dog that's ready to be matched all E's. I kind of grade, did this puppy follow me up the hill? Yes, she did a good job, so I put a G. So I personally grade based on where they're at.
You're grading, what is it? What the hell do we call it? By age. You're taking into account the dog's age.
Yes.
Whether he's up to expectations at that age.
Correct, yeah. Rather than trying to project that I think excellent would be. I don't even know. So that's personally how I grade here. Katie, have any of the 31 puppies yet to ride solo shotgun on the golf cart like Queen or Riot? And if yes, who did the best, the worst, and rode about making you laugh the most? Please and thank you. Have any of the 31 puppies yet to ride on the golf cart? I haven't taken any of the puppies on the golf cart yet.
I haven't.
Have you?
No.
I'm never on the golf cart. I typically walk this whole property, so they've all been in a car, I think. Maybe not yet. No, I guess they haven't. Just
The
Pokies.
humping question is the second time she's asked it.
The what
The
question?
humping one.
Okay, I haven't gotten there yet. Have you used your training skill or other SDP experiences in other situations? If I'm sure it's successful. I use a lot on my child.
Same thing.
Yeah, I use a lot of whoa, a lot of wait, leave it. That's a bad one. I guess it is successful. Any thoughts on who's a possible date for Tony? I have no idea.
Any what?
Like a breeding match for Tony. We're not there yet. I can't even think about puppies. We have our hands full. I'm sure he'll have something one day. Are Sarge and Brutus really as good of friends as it seems in pictures? Yes, they are. All three of them are the three amigos. They are love each other, and there's no aggression. I couldn't be happier with my three. I know at this age humping is dominance, but is there a time that it becomes too much and someone has to intervene? Yeah. I mean, if we see a puppy that just is relentless,
I don't allow it when I'm around because I'm the dominant one, thank you.
yeah. I think they saw it today on Kennel 10 camera. Lint was humping Addie. But he's so young that, and actually, I'm sure a lot of you have seen at some point, even the females will hump the males. It's just a form of dominance, but I have yet to be here and see it as a problem ongoing with a dog.
The problem if they try and jump on a person.
True.
That would be bad.
Yes. That we don't tolerate, and we certainly won't tolerate humping in public. Carlene, have you considered an apprenticeship program?
Life is apprenticeship.
Funniest training story. I don't know that. I need to ponder these. I might have to get back to you on that on Monday.
Are you on Monday?
Yeah, I'm Saturday, Monday.
Oh,
So let me think about that. Smiley 613 UK, and I'll get back to you.
Is it 5 o'clock yet?
Yes, it's 5:03. All right, let me hold on. Brutus is such a cool dog. Yes, he's amazing. I'll never have another bulldog, but he's a good dog. Do you train differently for vets or people with MS?
Not to begin with.
No, I feel like anytime we're matching a dog, I mean, there may be certain little quirks that we do differently for a person, but in general, all of our dogs receive the same training. So
There are tendencies
yes,
that we will allow. A veteran sometimes likes to have a dog walk around them.
right.
So
Or
that might
be
one
in
case
front
where
a
we
lot.
let 'em- they all have a natural tendency to cross in front of you anyway.
Right. Which is why a lot of times we're pushing over here, but.
Yeah. So,
But in general, we're showing them all the basic things that we train them. All right, I think that's all.
okay, bye.
All right, see you guys on Monday.
Are you ready, sir?
Reporting for duty.
Okay.
Bye.
You make a lot of noise. Although it was not bad to have you over here. You know? You were over here by the mic last time.
Whatever. Okay.
God knows me. No. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's not a bad thing. They emptied that thing. Look at that. I filled that.
I know, there's a whole bag there. She ate it all, Daddy.
Hey, you are.
Yeah, it's terrible.
She did do a good job of making a mess.
What am I doing here now? I'm getting this up here.
I know.
How's everything down in the shipping room?
It's all chipper.
It's chippered. Okay.
All right, give me a minute. I'm not ready.
You never are. You just take forever. I just never get home.
I don't like this back here, you know? Too
I
busy.
can't get the bank out of here. There we go. There's the banking. The banking has arrived. Okay.
That's a good thing.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Spicy lady. That must be me.
Whoa.
Whoa,
Okay.
okay.
Let's rethink that one.
I don't know. I think that's what it says.
Whoa.
Bye, bye, bye.
Oh, I, for one, appreciate language with a flavor. I'm impressed with your continued genius, various whatever. I mean, it's crazy, crazy acres. I hope your organization receives the national attention it deserves after the great report on ABC last night. Bravo. I would like one calendar and one chicken brick.
All right.
Thanks to you and the whole clan, you're all appreciated and admired. Nancy, how are we going to do this?
We have a calendar.
Nancy,
on.
okay, so you can have this. Please give my email.
Yes, this is so gross.
Please give my email to Regina. Another peach. That's got to be Georgia. I don't understand that part, but at any rate, I'll do the chicken brick. You're doing the calendar.
Okay.
The chicken brick and the calendar.
We have a calendar envelope going.
We do? Isn't that wonderful? I don't know.
Never mind.
One chicken brick. I did the chicken brick department.
All right. I'll do the calendar.
I don't have a calendar. I don't really have a calendar envelope.
All right, we'll figure something.
I hope so. Otherwise, we're in trouble. Oh, Chaos, will you stop eating that stuff? You better pick up everything on the floor. Please use the enclosed money for the volunteer dinner. Well, that'll work. Yep. I wish I lived close enough to be a regular volunteer. If I could spend the time I've been watching the cams volunteering, I would get a whole lot of poo picking, cleaning, puppy loving done. Thank you for all that you do. You are so much fun. I don't think everybody thinks that.
They must be talking about me.
They're talking about Steve. I get a good laugh, belly laugh, at Mail Call every day. Brains behind service dog. Well, I not really. Thank you for sharing your home with us. Pam, Lexington, South Carolina, with a red envelope.
Awesome, then that will be our calendar, Rob, will be.
That's what we got. That's what we got. Okay. Moving on, here we have, what do you, oh,
Is she doing a calendar too?
I need a calendar for my friend Steve, my number one Steve.
He needs one?
Yes. he
Okay, we'll get him one.
Sent me an email today.
Gotta grab you a calendar.
Who could help someone with this much brain damage? This could be a problem. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
You must be talking about me too.
Let's see what happens here. Rachel Lee.
Chaos.
I saw a story about you on the news. It was very touching.
Chaos.
I wrote the brochure. Rachel Lane from Tennessee. She must have written this. Huh. Okay. We'll give all that to you. She saw us on TV. You can do it right now.
What do what?
Put the board up here.
Okay.
That's all. That's just see how that works. It's just.
Hey, who invented that?
I thought I did.
No.
Who does it better? Me.
Why did it take you 4 years to figure that out? How unmerciful.
You know, you know.
It was when we had the dogs here in between us here that was the problem.
I know, really. Necessity is the mother of invention, right?
Yeah. Okay, so this is a. Okay, so this is an applicant, a letter of inquiry. Not a letter. Huh. Huh. Okay, well, we'll have to look at that. Virginia. Hey, come on, Chaos. He backs away now. See, I can't. See, I can't. Oh, I'm going to drop it on the floor. Oh, I know what this is. This is a bill. This is a bill to me. This is a bill for these things that I had made. Did you know I had 6 of these made? I don't know why I had 6 of them made. My family had that on their dining table every day. It had toothpicks in it.
Oh, that's cool.
But I have gotten older now. So I tell you what I do every night. I tick and then I put it in
The
there.
hearing aid, that's a good idea.
Perfect for
That's a
hearing
good
aids.
idea.
That's
Is
very
that pewter?
perfect. Huh?
Is it pewter?
That one is pewter. I did have one made out of sterling silver, but that one is pewter.
That's nice. I like that.
I don't know how much. It's one of those, make me an offer I can't refuse. Because I don't know what to sell them for. It is a very nice little gimmick. It's perfect for hearing aids. I have given them to a couple people I know that have hearing aids. And they are appreciating them. Okay. Again, the donkey selling business. Why are you so quiet? You're not usually so quiet.
And this is a problem for you?
Well, I just don't know what to do about it here. Each year I make contributions to charitable organizations designated by members of my family. My son, Taylor Ward of Little Lexington, has selected your organization to receive the donation in his honor. Well, isn't that wonderful? Enclosed is a check. Louise. Very nice. Thank you very much.
Is that Luigi?
It's Louise
Oh, Louise.
Shows.
You know,
Okay, that's a very nice donation. I'm certainly glad that your son, was it her son? Her son, Taylor, decided that we were the ones that should get it. Thank you very much. One more. January 6th, it was mailed. Oh, there we go. There we go. And we have the dollar up routine. There we go, put the dollar up. Carlene, dollar is up. You and Crazy Acres are the high point of my day. Thanks, Regina and Ken, Ithaca, New York. Love those dollar ups. Where am I going next? Now, we'll have the excitement of the phone bill.
oh, now we're talking.
Now we're talking.
Now we're talking.
Well, this is not really the phone bill. This is the bill that we have to pay to get the camera stuff out of here. You know what I mean?
To get the camera stuff out of, oh, the
It's not
broadband bill.
broadband stuff. Yeah, because I have, my own phone bill. Why is this
Okay.
only one piece of paper? I don't understand this.
Or Verizon. So you guys do it? I'll put that in.
I don't understand this one. $584. I don't understand it. It's an awful lot of money, it seems to me. It had to be very fast to carry all the cameras out, but it does seem like that's excessive. Sounds like she didn't pay the last one. That could be Teresa's problem, not mine. I don't do that stuff anymore. There we go, that goes in there. That's all, I got things over here. Oh, right.
There's no packages down in the folder down there? I don't see anything, but I didn't know if you guys had already got it.
Did everybody know that there's soup out there? Did you get
Oh,
soup?
yeah, I had some before. It was really good.
That's good soup.
Yeah, it was very good.
Very good soup.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're getting. That's it.
That's good. That's fine. That's good.
There ain't
Pork
nothing.
chowder was delicious. It was a good thing because,
That chicken chowder? Yeah.
yeah, it was really good. And then I went to have the stroganoff.
I had mushrooms in it.
Yeah, I had mushrooms.
Yeah, I thought maybe, that's why I labeled it. And then there's a mushroom soup one out there too.
Yeah, I know.
Stay away from those, David. I gave you two others. Our other people like them. What is this?
It's a book.
It's a book. It's a book.
Oh, gosh.
Written by them. Huh. Is this a book?
It looks cool. I'm not killing me if I wrote it on my hand.
Tales of PTSD Service Dog. Huh. Okay. Well, we read it. Miss C. Chicago. It looks like maybe it's Patricia Carlson, but I don't understand this. Mrs. C. Chicago. That must be her name or something, her whatever it's called, camera name. Haha, Patricia Carlson. Well, that'll be interesting.
What is it?
A PTSD service dog.
Is it like a story about a dog?
I imagine so. It's got a cover and a back cover, and probably it's got a story in the middle.
It looks like a service kangaroo.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's got a lump in it. Wait a minute.
Ranger, a PTSD service dog.
That's that one. That goes over there. And then this is another one. I have to read it.
It's definitely a kid's book. This would be great for.
Well, I'm going to read it first. I'm no kid. I'll read it anyway.
The font might be a little small, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all right. I got a
Get
magnifying
your
glass.
magic
Get the magnifying glass
out.
out.
There you go.
Carlene and Service Dog Project. Oh my word. This looks like fun.
Oh, who's that one from, the book? Was
I
there a-
read it all out to you,
Oh, I
didn't
know,
I
but I
read
didn't-
it to you? All
I
out
need
to
the envelope.
I did. It was this one. Was it that one?
Thank you.
Okay. So here we have Carlene and all, a Service Dog Project. Hope this note finds you all well. It's always exciting, but wow, 31 pups on their way to being service dogs. Bella and George's award is awesome. Saw the spot and it's just thrilled. All my best. Sue Bierman from California. And we have little packages. Volunteers dinner. Okay, well, even the packages. And then the fun fund. Got some dollars for the fun fund. And the postage. Okay, we got it. And then we have this one.
Wait a minute, who was that one? You can't throw the envelope.
That one.
That one.
I said it out loud, so I
But I was
somehow.
still writing the last one.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what you can do about it.
Oops.
Ah! I ordered it.
Oh, did you?
I did. Garbage Land.
I remember you were talking about it. Chaos!
The Secret Trail of Trash. It's unbelievable.
That's the woman that traced her trash from beginning
I
to
think
end?
that is the one. I'll let you know. Part 1, to the dump. It's my language.
To the dump, dump.
Okay. Where's this
Thank
come
you.
from? Oh my heavens, I bet I know what this is. It has almost a rattle to it. Those people can do that. I don't know how they do this. This is the people that can put together those keychains. How can they do them so fast? I don't understand. Here you go.
Holy
Take it.
moly.
How can they do that so fast? I don't understand it. There's something there that I don't understand worth of all.
Great.
Put these together for you as soon as I got them. You can keep them coming if you want. Unbelievable. How did they do them that fast? They take me forever. They're not easy.
How many you got? Whoever wants to buy them. For you, $20.
There we go. We got different colored ones here.
That was the employee discount.
There's
$19.
a tiny little ring at the bottom. Now, how on earth do they get that in these poker chips? I see it. Look at that.
These look different than the other ones, though.
No, it's the same.
Is it?
But how do they do? Look at them all.
They must have a very...
I don't understand. I'll tell you, the worst part of it It's the first bunch I gave them, they did in the car from here to Connecticut. I can you imagine bouncing around the car trying, I couldn't do it.
That reminds me of a commercial once. I don't even know if I should repeat it.
No,
but it
you
was really
probably
funny. But it was on TV. It was a TV commercial.
Really? Oh, well. Okay, I'll just stay away from that one. Any rate, we have a whole bunch of keychains now, if anybody wants to buy a keychain. Okay, go.
Okay, I'll see you later. Who are the keychains from?
I forgot to do this, huh?
Who are the keychains from?
Stacy.
Stacy.
Wood
Stacy.
something.
Stacy Wood something.
Stacy Wood something.
Are you?
Right there.
That's what I'm looking for. Thank you. Okay. Stacy.
Do you know,
Woodruff.
last night I got so involved with putting together the flashlight that I forgot the question period.
Well, it's not going to happen tonight. Let me
You
tell
know, what do you expect? Come on now. You know, I just didn't remember when I was having such a good time with that
Raspberry
flashlight that I just forgot. These things do happen around here.
That's Franks and actresses, that's life.
That's it.
That's right.
Who's doing dinner? Thank you.
I still don't know who that is.
All right, I'm going to show you after. We'll look her up online. All right, are we ready?
I'm ready.
Put your feet up, relax, sit down.
I need
Take a
somebody
load
to
up.
down sit it.
Down, sit it. You're on it, Tanner.
He can't do this. Can you do this?
He can do it. He did it this morning. Bounce.
I did.
You're gaining weight. You've been eating too much. Okay. What happened? They're still on the floor. It's not my list of what dogs are doing anything, is it?
No.
No. Okay, give it to him.
All right, this is interesting.
What?
My laptop's frozen.
Oh. Well, can you read long distance?
I'll try. In the meantime, I'll try to unfreeze this.
Could Tanner hold a keychain up in front of the camera? Sure he can. Where'd he go? Tanner,
Tanner,
your department.
you're the keychain boy. This is really, something's going on here. I'm gonna restart it.
It's the poker chip.
I have one of those.
Do you?
All right.
Are you up? Are you live? I used to go in the kitchen before we get in there. Here, you can take a relax. It's not very nice. Wonderful. Thank you.
All right.
I can't
All
believe
right, let's see where we left off.
cannot believe they did all those keychains.
That's pretty amazing. But they've got to have a really hard, high-speed drill to be able to do that.
Oh, no, they were drilled.
No, I know, but I'm just saying that it's...
Oh, because Mark gave them to us drilled. No, it's putting on the damn ring.
Oh, they were all pre-drilled. I didn't know
They're
that.
pre-drilled, yeah.
Oh. Okay. Really, I mean, you know. All right. Was there another TV show on last night about Carlene and Crazy Acres?
Not that I know
I
of.
don't know of them,
But somebody did say something about last night's TV show.
but really. I wonder if another network picked it up or something.
I don't know. I didn't notice anybody filming me. I guess I better be more careful.
There's a discussion going on here, so I'm going to just bypass that. Because it's just too much to read. Sandy from New Jersey says, Carlene, you're a kid at heart.
Yep. People say, where'd you grow up? I said, nowhere.
Grow up?
Not me. What is that? Oh, I'll never grow up.
How
Never
much
grow
are the
up.
keychains?
make me an offer I can't refuse. A couple dollars. It's gonna be the postage is going to matter as much as anything.
How is Queen Bailey doing today?
Queen Bailey went down to the barn and trotted home.
We saw her trotting up the driveway this afternoon. It was pretty, I was very amazed.
That one day that we gave her that narcotic, I'll tell you, I thought she was gonna die. Oh dear me, is that the lesson in something? Do not take narcotics, they make you groggy. I mean, she couldn't even focus her eyes. I thought, dear me, she's dying.
All right, here's a good one that's going to really get you going.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay. This is text elements. I know all dogs are different, but what do you think of Cesar Millan's techniques? Some have worked spot on for me and Zeke. Tried some of them on my hubby, didn't work quite as well.
Cesar Millan and I did it long before Cesar Millan with this. Hey, pay attention, you know? And all of his shows, he always starts out with, let's go for a walk. Okay, that's when he does what I did with that pit bull I had that day.
Uh-huh.
We give him a yank and say, hey, pay attention. And they say, oh, okay. You know. And
So
from
he does
there
that
on-
off. He does that off camera, and then
No, it's right on camera,
Oh,
but
really?
people don't recognize it. You know, and then he has the loose leash because they don't tighten it. You know,
Exercise.
so he's made a great fortune on my technique, and I'm very annoyed. But anyway,
Well, you
he got
should tell him.
into trouble. At least I lost interest. What's going on over there? Are you listening? Oh, okay. I lost interest in the show when he began to analyze people. He should have just stayed with dogs. I don't
he
think
does do that.
I don't think he's on anymore, is he?
I have no idea. I
don't think he is.
only watched him.
I don't know.
Off
But
and on,
his dog handling is, I mean, he does some things with dogs that I couldn't do. I could not throw one tennis ball down in a crowd of 50 dogs. Not get a dog fight going.
The thing that I'm always suspect about those TV shows, though, because for every, and you know just from taping, you know, for a segment, for every 30 seconds that you have on camera, there's hours and hours and hours off camera. So who knows how much he's done, you know?
That's true. But I've seen him throw that tennis ball
Uh-huh.
in a whole bunch of dogs.
Yeah.
And I've seen a dog walk into his group, you know, when I'm thinking, oh, God, I would not do that. And he does seem to have, he's well in touch with his dogs. He knows what's going on. And then the other thing that got him in trouble was, you know, to me, you have to startle a dog. That's what a wiffle bat does. You have to startle him, whether it's a water bottle, or whatever. You have to, you know, really shake him to make him pay attention. And he started using his foot. Well, his hands are busy. He's got a dog in his hand. The only thing left is his foot. He just, with a little heel. And it just startles him. He wasn't kicking the dog. But some animal rights people got after that, always kicking the dogs down. Sure, he wasn't kicking the dog. The dog's feet never left the ground.
Yeah.
You know, if he kicked the dog would be up in the air. But no, he's just touching him with his
Just
heel.
giving him a nudge. That's
Just
all.
a nudge, pay attention.
Yeah.
And, you know, anyway, he got in trouble for that too. So, whatever. What goes up must come down. That's what worries me about this. Oh, my
Yeah, can you
word.
imagine do that to Chaos?
Oh.
Oh, jeez. All right.
No, Chaos did a beautiful job training those puppies today.
Well, someone's commenting on that right now.
Oh.
Rocky Ryan does love watching you bring in the big guns / Chaos to train the pups this morning.
It was funny. And she was good at it. Arr! Oh, okay.
Well, the pups have been so used to being able to maul a rider and get away with it. So
I know,
she
they
was
did not maul her.
Not Chaos.
No, sir. And she stood there in the kitchen and stared them down and then walked over and got on the couch. And it was beautiful.
Sure.
And they all just were laying there looking at her and they stopped fighting. You know, it was beautiful.
There are a lot of people asking about the keychains, so they're asking if you can post something later about how to buy them and
Oh, I don't know, $5, you'd probably get it.
but just send a request or
Oh, I'm always better with stuff on paper.
well, that's what I mean, like
Oh, yeah.
snail mail. Yeah,
Damn it.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's the postage that gets you.
Yeah, I wonder what those are. They're not heavy though, really.
No, but we gotta buy the envelope. The envelope's like 50 cents or something.
Oh, it's those little,
It's a padded envelope.
yeah.
Otherwise, they go through the envelope.
Yeah, that's true.
So you got 50 cents in the envelope. You probably got, I bet you $1 or $2 on them. I bet $1. I bet you there's $2 in the mailing of it. So $2. So $5 ought to get you one keychain.
Okay, there you go.
Let's try it.
All right.
I may change my mind and make it 6 later on. Right now it's 5.
5's a good deal.
5's a good deal.
Like 20 for Tanner, so.
20 for Tanner.
All right.
Well, you don't have to mail it.
How were Bailey's ears?
Bailey's ears are fantastic. Practically all cured. They gave her a, I better not say the word because I don't know exactly. I'm not sure that's the medication. But the medication was good for both a yeast infection and an antibiotic. And say 2 days or fine. At least they're not as itchy as the, I haven't seen her shake her head or scratch at all. And they were awful. God, they were awful.
Yeah, you were talking about that the other night.
Oh, they were
About
terrible.
how gummed up they were.
Terrible.
Barb Heisel, we'll get to you offline later. I'll get to you and answer your question. She's just asking about my knee because she's having a knee surgery done.
Oh.
So I'll get back to you later.
I think the doctors have gone overboard on knees. Everybody I know is having knee surgery.
But I'll tell you though, the issues that I had with my knees, I was far better off with the knee replacement than having to do corrective surgery, which the corrective surgery, the recovery time's a lot longer, and there's no guarantee that it's going to work after a period of years. The knee replacement is just boom, done, and it's great. It's great. And figuring, that it's supposed to last me like 25 years now, the new ones, I don't care. I'll be so old after that, I won't care. Anyway, all right.
But I never heard of, when I was younger, I never heard of anybody having anything done to their knees. You just walked on them and they hurt. Something.
Well, no, but they did used to do, like, when I first injured this knee.
Not you. I'm talking back my age. I mean, when I was a kid, I never knew anybody.
All right, but I did this when I was a kid. And that's what, well, I wasn't, quite your kid age.
I was back in the 50s.
All right, well,
I
this
never
is in the
heard of
60s.
anybody having knees.
And I blew my knee out. What they did was they just took all the cartilage out. They didn't try to repair the cartilage, or
I
they just took it
don't
out.
want to get into all of that. I'm just saying that back in the 50s, I didn't know anybody had a knee operated on.
Well,
No, I
back
didn't.
in the 50s,
It wasn't
didn't have
perfected.
the same kind of insight that they
Why would they get injured differently now from sitting at a computer?
People got injured. They just didn't heal as well. You probably saw a lot more people walking around with.
Or knees. Well, that's what I'm wondering. What did anybody do about it?
But I think we could get into a whole discussion about this. But I think people weren't as maybe physically active during that time.
Well, they were.
Well, they were, but not like now. Everybody's into extreme sports and this and that and da. And we're living longer certainly than we used to.
Maybe we're heavier.
That could be part of
That
it
could
too.
be-
I didn't want to say it, but there you go.
That's probably the nail on the head.
Yeah, well, that too.
Because two of the people, a couple of people I know that had these are large.
Excuse me.
Sheila's husband, Brian.
Yeah.
He's huge.
Yeah.
He's a football player.
Yeah.
I think he's 300 pounds. He's just a huge guy, 6'6", or I don't know. I remember trying to find a house for them to live in, and he couldn't fit in a lot of them. The door, any of the old farmhouses, he was too tall.
Well, I'll tell you though, the physical therapy I went to, it's pro sports therapy when they're local, and they deal with a lot of former athletes. You would not believe the number of former old athletes that were in there recovering from different types of surgeries, and it was pretty amazing. I don't know, I think people are more active in different ways now, and yes, people are heavier and in general, and I think there are a lot of reasons for it, but I think
They probably are, I just don't know what they are.
I think we should find out.
My parents never had knee trouble. I have sisters, my sisters had knee trouble for a long time, couldn't say anything about it.
Picture of Tanner's hand, I think. Holding up the keychain. Oh, yeah, there it is. Someone took a picture of Tanner's hand. Can Chaos elaborate on her training techniques?
It was.
Should we get her over here and have her sit in the chair?
I can tell you, it was allies or people with common enemies. She jumped in the middle of them and she snarled at all of them and they all said, oh, okay. And they stopped fighting with each other.
A lot of comments came in, so I'm trying to catch up here. Have you ever seen Lucky Dog, where the guy rescues and trains dogs for people? I like him better than Milan. Lucky Dog, have you seen that?
Yeah,
I'm not familiar with it at all.
yeah. He's basically one rescue dog and train them and then find them a home.
Oh, I've heard of him.
Okay, this is Sue Easty Girl over here, by the way, giving some comments. Do you watch Dr. Pole?
I do, I like him.
I do.
I hear that he's gotten in trouble because somebody didn't like the way he operated on somebody. They said he didn't have the proper sterile technique, and so somebody got in a great swivet over that. And I heard he was off, but I hope not, because that's a good show, and it's very realistic.
Yeah.
Very realistic. If you don't like realism, don't watch it. You know,
It's a medical show?
Yeah,
he's a veterinarian,
is there Michigan, I think?
something like that.
Yeah.
And he's a farm type. He has an office practice, but he also has farm animals. And he's always got his arm up the back end of some cow trying to turn a calf around, or all these. And they do it. I mean, whatever happens, happens. It's a real show.
I'll have to look it up.
Dr. Paul, P-O-L.
Carly, Mrs. C from Chicago. Carlene, the PTSD book was written as a primer for youngsters to learn about service dogs and how to behave around them.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll just put it right with my garbage book.
There you go.
There's my evening right there.
There you go.
Well, I've got to put the magnifying glass on. Apparently, I need that too. There we go. How's that?
The spaceship is out.
Probably wouldn't need it.
Is the IV hanging just in case, or is Bailey getting fluids?
No, she got fluids the once. That day she was so drunk. Poor thing.
What's in the bag?
It's in the bag. No, no. She only had 500 cc's. She wasn't eating or drinking. Had to keep her kidneys going on something.
Yeah.
Keep them drinking down.
She had two cans of dog food in the
They took cans of dog food today too. I can't hear very well.
Yeah, you do the two.
Oh, that's not a can of those.
Not a can.
No.
Can of treat there.
Yeah, that's a couple spoonfuls.
Couple spoonfuls.
Yeah. No, she every once in a while she'll snack on 2 cans.
Oh.
You can do that too.
Do any of the other dogs have ear problems like Bailey?
No, I've never seen ears like hers. And there was some discussion that it could have been a reaction, allergic reaction. She has a shot of antibiotic in her now that's going to last 2 weeks, and she could have had a reaction to it.
MTSR Bear wants to know if it was $20 to buy Tanner. I think shipping him to Montana might cost a bit more. We'll ship them for you. How's that? You can have
Because you
them.
would have $20 to tan.
That's great. I think you should go for a higher bid, Mike. I'm just saying.
Is there any soup left? Is there
Yes.
soup left?
Yes.
Yeah,
Is there soup left?
yeah, I believe so.
Oh, good. Think I
And
may-
then people are talking about knees, and we're putting more weights on our joints, and da-da-da-da-da. Well, I see Kat says, Carlene, I think in the old days, people just died earlier. That's true. Or they were stuck in the house and you didn't see them out and about. I've had the surgery done twice, and like me, a lot happier. It is really helpful.
I had 2 sore knees. They're miserable, and I was almost falling downstairs. And I went and I had one of them scraped or peeled, whatever they do to it, I don't know.
Mhm.
And that hurt so bad that I decided not to have the other one done. And by the time the surgery stopped hurting, the other one was better. So I wondered if any of these stuff would get better by themselves.
Well, it
It
depends.
certainly did in my case.
Yeah, it depends what the injury is, and it depends.
Oh, I'm sure it depends on a lot
There
of
are a
things.
lot of variables there.
But I would not go running to have knee surgery, I'll tell you. You watch, I'll now have a knee problem.
Yeah, yeah. No, you're not gonna. Blue Penguin says, the reference to back when people had common sense. Today's extreme sports people are nuts.
That could be. That could be. I can remember my father giving us lessons on how to lift heavy things.
Oh, I am after kids all the time at school about that. Like, bend your knees. Don't bend over and lift with your back. And,
Well, need more lessons right here. Every night in mail comes, people pick up things the wrong way. Heavy things too, those boxes of canned dog food.
yeah.
I watch. I pick up very, very heavy things because I put half of it on the ground. Invariably, I'm tipping, twisting,
Yeah.
loading lumber at Home Depot. I do it so much faster than because I'm tipping and twisting and pushing and I never pick it up entirely.
Yeah.
People say, "How on earth did you load all that lumber?"
Using
I just kind of
leverage.
went,
Yeah.
one finger stuff. But there's a whole science to tipping and twisting, I think.
It's leverage.
Yeah.
Gravity. Ann in Texas says, in gravity, or gravity working against it. Ann in Texas says, perhaps the medical community wasn't advanced enough to fix things at the time. It's true.
Well, they went away or whatever.
They didn't always go away,
People
though.
weren't limping around.
Well, a lot of people were limping around.
I knew a lot of people back in the 50s. I didn't know anybody had all this problem.
Sassy Bell wants to know, has your staff checked out Cafe Press for selling SDP note cards, aprons, mugs, T-shirts, etc.? I'm sure Cameron Mark could supply many pictures.
We have enough trouble keeping the calendar straight.
Yeah, no, I'm not familiar with that one, but
Yeah.
always check into it.
People all the time want to take advantage of the fact that we have such a huge community, and therefore they'll buy a lot of stuff. And so I just don't, I bet you 2 or 3 a week, people, we'll make the shirts for you, and you don't have to do anything, just give us your logo. And your mailing list, or what's the, I don't do that. No, the stuff we have on our doggy bag, the stuff that we did, monkey fist. Stuff like that. Or sometimes we have shirts left over, we put them out. We haven't gotten organized yet, but.
Yeah, I mean, Snow Dogs, and I think it's correct, they didn't even do knee replacements in the 50s. I don't think they were part of the culture. I mean, the technique wasn't available.
Well, let's just get on, because I'm just not
Lucky
making
Dog
any
Dog
progress.
is the best show ever. Are there plenty of calendars? Have a friend that would like to order. There are tons of them.
They're not tons, there's 5 boxes.
That's tons.
I don't think that.
Have you tried to pick
I
one
don't
of those
think so.
boxes up?
No, they're not that heavy, they're not, they're maybe, 100 pounds? No.
Oh, Twan has a video of chaos with the pups.
That's good, thank you, Twan.
Yeah. All right. We'll have to get back to you, Marilyn, about the joints. Dr. Pole's new season comes on tonight at 9 o'clock.
Really?
There you go.
I'll set my alarm.
Just set alarm for 9 o'clock.
I can go to bed at 7.
This is true. This is true. How is Bailey's bum healing?
Bailey's bum is beautiful. Beautiful. The problem now is she can't, her tail is frozen. She did wag the bottom of it just a little bit today, which was great progress, but you cannot lift her tail. It is frozen. The bones were infected and they fused. And that's it.
Good baby.
She's a good girl.
UCLA mom wants to know, you mentioned the high cost of the vet bill for Neil. Did that include gift cards from the vet hospital where those not used yet? Would it be okay to make a donation towards the bill outright to the animal hospital?
Sure. Well, except I think Teresa paid it. But that's
Okay.
fine. I mean, we're going to bill all the time.
Yeah, I was going to say, it would be money in the bank if they'll do that.
Yes, the total for him was just short of $5,000.
Wow.
And there were an awful lot of people paid a lot of it, so the bill to us was not that. But by the time you added all the other dogs that we had in the last, it kind of got all shuffled together. But I do have, they do give you a bill for each dog, how much each dog was. So I can pull out the numbers if anybody really wants it.
Barb Heiss wants to know, are there any dogs that are showing more promise than others and or that stand out from the crowd?
Yeah. Bailey. Bailey was $1,400 that month. Her tail. The whole tail episode and the x-rays and all that stuff.
Wow, poor baby.
But it's worth it. I mean, her tail is better. I should have done it long ago, but I was afraid. At any rate.
But Steve was mentioning a couple of dogs today, and I don't want to say because I can't recall who he mentioned, but he said there were a couple that were really doing very well.
Well, I know that Clark is doing nice because I
Clark
saw
is
him.
doing great, yeah.
I saw him up at Pease working the crowd. He was fine.
Is Sunday stew still on for tomorrow?
Sure. Bring your raincoat.
Yeah, it's supposed to be pouring and
Is it pouring?
windy tomorrow.
Is it supposed to pour tomorrow?
It sure is. It's supposed to be like tropical downpours and high winds and,
Oh, good.
yeah. But it's supposed to also be record high temperatures.
I'll be all right. Maybe we could get that fire going tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.
In that doghouse. If you put the fan right in the window, right in the door, I would think it would blow the whole thing out.
Oh, this is interesting. Barb Heiss says she had a mug made by Cafe Press of her dog Odie, and a couple of months later, she was on the website and they were using Odie's picture to advertise mugs.
Yeah.
A lot of places do
Yeah,
that.
see, I don't. And besides that, I think that Charlie at Explore.org has some very heavy feelings about too much commercialism.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think all of our stuff is, it's stuff we make and do, and that's different.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I don't like to use any of those picture sites or anything because they have rights. I mean, well, I won't get into it. Anyway, Sequin Pat says, "Hi Sue, Easty girl." Aussie Cat says, Carlene, I think you hit the nail on the head about Bailey's ears when you mentioned the antibiotic shot she had. Most ladies know what kind of reaction they get from antibiotics, and it isn't in their ears.
Yep.
Okay. Did we find out what Neil passed away from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we put him down.
Yeah,
He passed away from that.
yeah.
The final test on him did come back as parvo, which we suspected at the beginning, and we treated him for parvo right from the go, even though the tests were negative. That's where experience comes in, because George suspected, I suspected, certainly looked like it to me. I explained absolutely everything that happened to Natasha in an email and told her she could do what she wanted with the information. I mean, it had nothing to do with her or her bloodlines or anything of that sort. It was a very unfortunate set of circumstances. I do question whether the airlines had something to do with it. Because the two puppies we lost both came off the airplane with a nose problem. That then got complicated and they died.
There's something respiratory kind of complicated.
Well, I think the respiratory lowered his immune system, and then when he
yeah.
chewed on the floor and got the parvo, then he was in trouble. But I do think that it's just very strange that the two puppies we've lost in the whole year. I mean, they came off an airplane with a funny noise. Remember the funny noise routine?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a funny noise, and then he eventually ended up with green goo, etc. But at any rate, then Natasha has all the details, and if she wants them, I'm not typing it all out again. It's just a whole page full of stuff.
All right, here's the NOAA weather report for Ipswich for tomorrow. Sent to us by Blue Penguin. Sunday, rain. Rain could be heavy at times. Patchy fog, high near 52. Breezy. Southeast wind 11 to 16, increasing to 17 to 22 in the afternoon. I've heard, well, okay, then it says gusts as high as 55. I've heard sustained winds in the 30s and then gusts from like 40 to 55 miles per hour. Yeah, they're saying 1 to 2 inches of rain possible.
Wow, that could be fun.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting day. Here's a MD Karen. Do the dogs travel in unfiltered air compartment on the planes? In an unfiltered air compartment?
They're supposed to be traveling in a environment comparable to the cabin, whatever. Both heat and oxygen and all that sort of thing. And the other dog, we had 5 dogs that we got this year,
Yeah.
and 2 of the 5 had this nasal thing.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know why. But I can tell you, I'm going to investigate puppies in flight. That's how we got Walter and Scarlett over here, because they were in the cabin with the people.
Oh, okay.
It could have been another dog in the same, down in the, it could have been another sick dog down there.
Sure.
I would have sent Grace over there to pick him up.
6 dogs.
Huh?
I count 6 dogs.
Well,
4, 1, and 1.
I knew somebody straightened me out on that. I was close though, wasn't I?
Yeah, very close. I agreed with you until I started counting myself, and it's up to 6.
KDG says, thank you for allowing these live stream cameras in your facility. I'm up in British Columbia, Canada, and watch the puppies throughout the day. It always puts a smile on my face, regardless how the day is going. And they sure sleep a lot, don't they? Yeah, well, they're up all night.
Thank heavens.
Well, glad that you join us, KDG. The forecast for Sioux Falls tonight is minus 14 degrees.
Oh.
So I guess we shouldn't complain. MD Karen also wants to know about the carrier crates they were in. Could there possibly have been some germ left in the crates?
Those brand new crates.
They were, yeah.
No, brand new crates, and they all had a vet inspection with a day or so before they left. No, it's just a little bit too much coincidence. I can't prove it, but it's just weird. And so if I can possibly get around it, I will do that. We'll send Grace to the Netherlands for the next dog.
The next dog's coming with a human escort.
Right.
All right, I think that's it.
That's it. We can quit. I can have
Good
some
evening.
soup.
Thank you.
Thank you. Soup time.
Stay warm, stay dry,
Yeah.
stay safe.
Bye.